Hey everybody, welcome to the Leadoff Spot. I'm Doug Williams. Today we're talking Yankees and Indians with Joe Reedy of FoxSportsOhio.com. Joe, thanks so much for coming on.
No problem.
So the Indians and Yankees are both battling for a wild card spot in the AL, obviously, but the Indians traded Asdrubal Cabrera and Justin Masterson at the deadline. Was that throwing a white flag, or is this still a team that believes they can make a run?
No, I think it's a team that believes it can still contend. Masterson and Cabrera were in the final year of their deal. Masterson, I think when you look at pitchers who were disappointing before the break and going up to the trade deadline, I think he certainly qualifies. And with Francisco Lindor expected to come up next year at shortstop, Cabrera wasn't going to come back anyway. So I think the Indians saw this as a case where they weren't going to do a qualifying offer to either one, try to get some prospects when you can, and they did that near the deadline.
So the Yankees are going to see Corey Kluber on Saturday. He's 12-6 with a 2.55 ERA and 177 Ks on the season. What's going to make this guy so difficult for the Yankees hitters to face?
I think his fastball, and especially his slider, has a lot of movement to it, not only from the right side of the plate, but the left side as well. Really, in May, he was dominating with the strikeouts. Struggled maybe a little bit in June when you look at May, but really since the All-Star break, he's really come on. I think besides the strikeouts, the fact that in 5 of his past 7 starts, he's made it to the 9th inning. He's a high-pitch guy, but he really has a way to dominate hitters. But the one thing that really stands out too is this guy's not afraid of big games or facing big pitchers. Late July, he took on King Felix and outdueled him in a 3-0 win to where he threw only 85 pitches and pitched a complete game 3 hitter.
One thing I wanted to ask you, Joe, when the Yankees were in Cleveland in early July, I noticed that fans seemed to be booing Nick Swisher a bit, and he was such a fan favorite in New York, and I know he's hitting right around the Mendoza line. What's been the reason for his struggles this year?
I think injuries have a little bit to do with it. He had the knee injury in late May and missed some time, and then he's had a little bit of a wrist injury this week. And I also think that, you know, Swisher is a major part of the team's marketing and plans, and you got the Brohio section in right field that a lot is publicized from it. But really, Swisher, the highest he's been able to get this year batting is .230, and he hasn't really seemed to gain much consistency. He's mostly the designated hitter right now, but with the way Carlos Santana has played first, he's kind of embedded himself there, which with Swisher, he loves playing the field, but there haven't been that many opportunities. Wednesday night in Cincinnati, he got to play left field for the first time in 2009. He's played some right field. I think he's played a couple games at first base. So Swisher's still trying to kind of find his footing to where what's his role with the team the rest of the year. I think it's mostly designated hitter, but you know, you could see him in other spots as well. And I think when you got a player making $15 million a year and the number of strikeouts he's had, struggling with the off-speed pitchers, really a lot of fans have been disappointed with that, which is why there were plenty of boos.
So give me one player in this Indians lineup who the Yankees should, really look out for.
I think the most consistent player this year in the lineup's been Michael Brantley. He's playing center field right now with Michael Bourne out with the hamstring injury. He's one of the smoothest hitters in the American League, but the one thing that has really stood out this year is his power numbers. He's already hit more homers than he did all of last season. His average, not only at home but on the road, is in the top 10 in the AL, where he's been mostly this season. He's just one of those guys that the power doesn't come naturally, but he's willing to just do the singles and doubles and kind of set the order that way. And with Carlos Santana kind of getting into his groove a little bit, that's how it definitely helped the middle of the lineup. But Brantley, not only what he can do hitting, he's among the American League leaders in outfield assist as well.
Well, thanks so much to Joe Reedy. That's going to do it for the Leadoff Spot. Remember, you can catch coverage of Friday's game on Yes starting at 6 p.m. Saturday's game is on Fox Sports 1, and Sunday's coverage on Yes will begin at noon. Once again, I'm Doug Williams. See you next time, everybody.